the man who commands minds. Donald Trump is not just a political leader. He is a phenomenon that has redefined influence in the modern age. In a world where attention disappears within seconds, Trump has done something almost impossible. He has kept millions of people emotionally engaged with him for years. This is not normal political success. This is psychological dominance. The most shocking part is that Trump does not simply communicate ideas. He triggers emotional reactions at scale, shaping how people think without them even realizing it. Every speech, every statement, every controversy follows a pattern that is designed to capture attention, control narratives, and build loyalty. While many people focus on what he says, the real power lies in how he makes people feel. Understanding Trump is not about politics. It is about understanding one of the most effective influence systems ever seen in modern media history. Section 1. Attention is his strongest weapon in today's digital world. Attention is more valuable than money, and Trump has mastered it better than almost anyone. Traditional politicians try to avoid controversy and stay within safe boundaries, but Trump breaks those boundaries deliberately. He says things that others would never dare to say, creating moments that demand a reaction. The human brain is naturally drawn to what is unexpected, and Trump uses this to his advantage by constantly disrupting normal patterns. Every controversial statement, every bold claim, and every unexpected move forces people to pay attention. Even criticism works in his favor because negative emotions spread faster than positive ones. Outrage, debate, art, and disagreement all increase visibility. Trump understands that being talked about, regardless of the reason, is the ultimate form of power in a media-driven world. Section 2. Simplicity that controls thinking. One of Trump's most powerful tools is simplicity. While other leaders use complex language and detailed explanations, Trump reduces everything to clear, direct, and emotionally charged statements. This approach is highly effective because the human brain prefers simplicity over complexity. When a message is easy to understand, it feels more believable and more trustworthy. Trump's words act like shortcuts for the brain, allowing people to grasp ideas instantly without deep analysis. Over time, these simple messages spread rapidly across conversations and social media, reinforcing themselves again and again. This creates a powerful effect where simple narratives dominate complex realities, shaping how people think without requiring them to question or analyze deeply. Section 3. Repetition that reprograms minds. Repetition is not just a communication strategy. It is a psychological tool that can reshape beliefs over time. Trump uses repetition with extreme consistency, repeating key ideas across rallies, interviews, and social media platforms. The more people hear something, the more familiar it becomes, and familiarity creates a sense of truth. This is how opinions gradually transform into beliefs. Trump does not try to convince people instantly. He builds influence slowly through constant exposure. Each repetition strengthens the previous one, creating a mental pattern that becomes deeply embedded in the audience's thinking. This process is subtle but powerful, turning messages into accepted realities over time. Section 4. Division that builds loyalty. Trump's strategy of creating a clear division between groups is one of his most powerful psychological tools. By framing issues as a battle between us and them, he taps into a basic human instinct, the need to belong. This division creates a strong sense of identity among his supporters, making them feel part of something larger than themselves. Once people identify with a group, they become emotionally invested in its success and defensive of its beliefs. This emotional connection transforms supporters into loyal advocates who actively promote and defend the message. It is no longer just about agreeing with ideas, it becomes about protecting an identity. This makes his influence deeper and more resilient. At Section 5, turning attacks into advantage. Most public figures try to avoid criticism, but Trump uses it as a source of power. Every attack against him is reframed as evidence that he is challenging powerful forces. This strategy is highly effective because it transforms negative attention into validation. Supporters interpret criticism as proof that he is fighting against opposition, which strengthens their loyalty. This creates a cycle where attacks increase his influence instead of weakening it. The more he is criticized, the more his supporters rally around him. This ability to convert negativity into strength is one of the key reasons behind his sustained dominance. Section 6. Authenticity that builds trust. Trump's communication style feels raw, direct, and unfiltered, which creates a strong perception of authenticity. And in a world where many leaders appear overly polished and scripted, this approach stands out. People are naturally drawn to what feels real, even if it is controversial or imperfect. This perceived authenticity builds trust and relatability, making his message more impactful. Whether this authenticity is entirely natural or partly strategic, its effect is undeniable. It allows him to connect with people on a personal level, making his communication feel genuine and relatable. Section 7. Media manipulation without ownership. Trump has shown that controlling media is not necessary if you can control the conversation. Every bold statement he makes becomes a headline, ensuring constant coverage across news platforms and social media. This creates a cycle where the media amplifies his message, regardless of whether the coverage is positive or negative. As a result, he remains at the center of public discourse without relying on traditional advertising. This ability to generate massive exposure organically gives him a powerful advantage in shaping narratives and controlling public attention. Section 8. Emotional triggers that drive action. At the core of Trump's strategy is a deep understanding of human emotion. His messaging is designed to trigger strong emotional responses such as pride, fear, anger, and hope. Trump's influence is not based on a single tactic, but on a combination of psychological strategies working together. He captures attention, simplifies complex ideas, repeats key messages, builds identity, turns criticism into strength, projects authenticity, dominates media coverage, triggers emotions, and exudes confidence. This combination creates a powerful system of influence that operates on both conscious and subconscious levels. Understanding this system reveals how modern power works in a world driven by perception and media. Whether one agrees with him or not, it is impossible to deny that Trump has mastered the art of influence. He does not just communicate, he shapes how millions think, feel, and react, ensuring that his presence remains dominant in the global conversation for years to come.